Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over what I learned from an expert of why the real estate prices crashed in the 2008 recession. So let's get into it, guys. So last week I spent a whole week, which you saw in my recent video, at Collective Genius, a mastermind full of the nation's top investors. Now, from the last day, we had a keynote speaker. I believe his name, I probably should know this, is Rob Norris. Been a guy that's been in real estate 50, 60 years, a long time, and has been navigating through every market from the 80s to the recession in 2007 and up to now, obviously, right? So he's been around a lot of things, and he's big into data analytics and just reading the trends, graphs and data, right? That goes with it. And so he presented on how the 2007 price crash happened so dramatically, right? And why it stayed there for so long. Because during 08, 09, 10, 11, prices didn't go up. Prices stayed the same. And I believe from 9 to 12, they even diminished a little bit. So why did that happen? Because that's 3 full years. The interest rates went down because of that, right? During that time for a recession, they were trying to lower interest rates to allow more people to start borrowing, to create more credit as well, and to deploy that into cash more into the economy, right? But the prices still went down. Why is that, right? More people, obviously getting better deals. All this good stuff was going on, but the prices weren't going up. There was still demand then, right? Not right in the beginning, but it started increasing, but prices didn't. And why is that? We learned that the reason that prices did not increase at all was because of the REOs, the real estate owned properties, right? And who are those for? Those are from the banks, right? And so what happened during that time is the banks foreclosed on so many people that, without ever negotiating loan terms. And we all know that the big reason that the crash happened in 08, 09, 10, 11 was because of the predatory lending, or, just giving anyone that wanted, a loan for their house money. And what that did is that caused that big influx of foreclosures. And I think it was upwards, even the peak, like 300,000 in foreclosures in the market. And what that made happen, right? Because the banks didn't negotiate with the sellers, with the borrowers to try to push the debt behind, or during COVID when they we did loan modifications, they didn't do any of that. They just foreclosed. And what that cost is, like I kept saying, an influx of REOs, or real estate owned properties that the bank owned, into the market. Now, what does that do? Well, just think about it. When we go sell to a conventional buyer, what happens? They need to get an appraisal, right? An appraisal goes off recent comps in the area. Well, when 300,000 properties nationwide hit the market, and they go to and they sell at 10 cents on the dollar, 20 cents on the dollar, right? You're buying properties that used to go for 300,000 for 40 grand. Well, when you do that, the comps, those are real estate owned, those properties that sell for that price, they bring down the comps. They bring down the values of the homes around you, right? And so if if an appraiser is using, comparables, he has to use that value of that property. You might think market value in this instance, even in a recession, was 80K, but you can only sell for 50 because there's a comp next door and a couple other ones in the neighborhood that sold for 30, 40 that were from real estate owned properties or from foreclosures, right? And that diminished the price. And that's why we didn't see an influx, not even barely any increase in those 4 years, even though it was cheaper to borrow money. More people had access to borrow money because of the interest rates. You can buy more, were lower during that time of that recession, but we still didn't see that because of the influx of real estate owned properties. So now what are we looking for? Looking for a huge price decrease in this market. What am I looking at? I'm looking at foreclosures. I'm monitoring the foreclosure line, right? When the foreclosures go up, when I see that, I'm gonna know that there's gonna be a dramatic price change coming up, because we're gonna have to use those properties for comps that just got foreclosed on, and we know that foreclosures aren't selling at market value during a recession, right? Right now, you might argue, oh, at the courthouse steps, they're selling for, just the same amount. But when a recession hits, people are gonna go after those hedge funds. They're gonna buy those at a discount. Now, the question is how many foreclosures are we gonna get? Are we gonna have this time? I do not think it's gonna be like it was before in 08, 09, 10, 11, because one, people have a lot of equity in the last 3 or 4 years. They've also locked in interest rates of 3%, 4%, even some in the 2s, right? So their payments are lower, but hey, you never know, right? I don't think it will be as dramatic again as the 08 to 12 period, but I do believe we are gonna see them come up. right? So we gotta be prepared, know your sub 2, creative financing methods, know how to help sellers during the foreclosure process, all that good things. I just wanted to share what this guy, again, it's not me, I'm 23 years old, I don't know anything, right? I'm just going there, I don't know anything. Don't take anything in this video as a for sure true thing. But this is just what he talked about, how that influx of real estate owned properties or foreclosures is really what hurt the market and the price market in 2008 to 2012, because again, they couldn't use the comps, or they used comps from real estate owned properties because those were a majority, those are the fourth of the properties in the marketplace. And obviously that forces the prices down for the comparables. So if you guys enjoy this video, please leave a comment down below. Any questions, you don't agree, like I said, I'm not always right, probably rarely right, but hey, just that little bit counts. But leave a comment down below, please like, subscribe, share this video, and thanks for watching.